Washington, President Donald Trump is set to deliver his third State of the Union address Tuesday, less than 2 months after the House voted to impeach him and a day before the Senate is scheduled to vote on whether to remove him from office.
The circumstances are unusual but not unique. President Bill Clinton delivered his 1999 State of the Union address on January 19 after being impeached on December 18, 1998, and before he was acquitted in the Senate on February 12, 1999.
In his previous speeches before both houses of Congress, Trump has taken a more traditionally presidential tone than the combative one he employs in his campaign rallies and many of his news conferences. Political observers will be watching to see how the context of his impeachment affects the spirit of this year's address.
State of the Union: Donald Trump may take early victory lap as impeachment winds down.
Here are the details on what we know about Tuesday night's speech.
Trump is scheduled to begin his speech at 9 p.m. Est. The major television networks CBS, NBC, ABC and PBS will air it, as will cable news networks such as Fox News, Fox Business Network, CNN, MSNBC and C-SPAN.
The speech will also be live-streamed by those networks and most news organizations, including USA Today. You can also follow live updates on the speech from the USA Today network.
Trump has said the theme of this year's speech is the Great American Comeback, a day after the chaotic caucuses in Iowa launched the beginning of the 2020 primary season. The president is expected to highlight the reasons he believes he has earned another 4 years in the White House.
"We're going to talk about the achievements that we've made," Trump told Fox News host Sean Hannity in a Super Bowl Sunday interview.
Aides said Trump will touch on 5 main themes in his speech: the economic successes of his first term, programs to help working families, such as tax credits to facilitate school choice, health care, immigration and national security issues such as the killing of top Iranian General Qasem Soleimani, his recently unveiled Middle East peace plan and the efforts to convince North Korea to abandon its development of nuclear weapons.
In recent decades, it has become tradition for the president to bring guests to the State of the Union and to mention them during the speech in order to honor them for a heroic act or to use them to illustrate the impact of a given policy on individuals.
This year, Kelly Hake and her 1-year-old son Gage from Stillwater, Oklahoma will be among the guests. The White House said Hake's husband, Army Staff Sergeant Christopher Hake, was killed in Iraq by a roadside supplied by Qasem Soleimani, the Iranian leader killed by a U.S. drone strike last month.
Another guest is Paul Morrow, an Army veteran from Montgomery, Alabama, who started a contracting business and is building a new concrete plant under the administration's Opportunity Zone program that offers tax incentives to invest in distressed areas.
Trump's SOTU guests: girl born prematurely, Army veteran, family of fallen soldier.
Robin and Ellie Schneider from Kansas City, Missouri. The White House said that Ellie was born at just 21 weeks and 6 days. She is one of the youngest babies to survive in the United States.
Trump will bring Raul Ortiz, who has worked for the Border Patrol for nearly 3 decades and was promoted to deputy chief last week. His other guest will be Tony Rankins, an Army veteran and recovering addict who found work doing construction in a Cincinnati Opportunity Zone, a low-income area where companies can receive tax breaks for investments under Trump's 2017 tax cuts.
SOTU guest, Trump Cincinnati's Tony Rankins to Tuesday's State of the Union address.
Given the tensions and awkwardness of the president addressing a room where about half his audience has accused him of acts they say warrant his removal from office, many people will be watching the address to see how Trump handles his opponents and how they respond to his remarks.
Perhaps the most awkward part will be his proximity to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, D. Califf, with whom he has publicly and privately traded insults. In December, Pelosi made the decision to move forward with Trump's impeachment, and on Tuesday she will introduce him ahead of his speech in the House chamber.
Pelosi will sit behind Trump, alongside Vice President Mike Pence, during the address. In 2018, an image of Pelosi standing and clapping toward Trump as fixed him with a hard stare became the focus of countless viral memes.
Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer will deliver the Democratic Party's response to Trump's speech, and Representative Veronica Escobar, D. Texas, will give the Spanish-language response.
I'm honored to discuss the Democratic Party's vision of action for our nation from East Lansing High School, where my daughters are learning and preparing for the future," Whitmer said in a statement. Democrats across the country have a plan to improve education, fix our infrastructure, expand and protect healthcare coverage, and build an economy that works for everyone. Our nation deserves this type of leadership, and we are ready to take action to get it done.
Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, Democrats hope her SOTU response shows the way for 2020 victory.
Contributing, David Jackson, USA Today, Jason Williams, Cincinnati Enquirer.